how are you doing? My name is Ailish, if you're new here, if you don't know me. I'm Ailish. It's lovely to meet you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Why are we here today? Why have I brought you here? Well, I'm in my bedroom actually. Hey! And I'm here to talk about burnout. So I made a video last week on what burnout is. And oh no, the window's in the way. I'm gonna have to maybe lie down. I'm lying down in bed because I was here in my bed for the last video I did on burnout, so I thought it would be appropriate to kind of come here again. And that video kind of went over the symptoms of burnout, like what it is, but the reason I made that is because I have been suffering, my girls. I have been suffering with burnout. And it can get anyone, but I definitely think it's probably quite prevalent in the young professional girl space. And I feel like to an extent maybe it can be embarrassing to admit. I don't really care because like I'm me and like it's fine, you know. So I like sharing stuff. And that's just the kind of thing, that kind of person I am. And that's why I'm here. I just wanted to kind of explain my story with it, my journey with it. I made some little notes on my laptop here that I'm just going to read from because obviously I know what's happened in my life. Sometimes you just need to have like a little... I didn't know how I was going to film this video, but I was like, oh, I haven't straightened my hair. I've got no makeup on. I'm like covered in like a little bit of like anger. Not put like I'm angry. No, as in like kind of like angry spots. I'm covered in anger, you see. But and then I was just like, and my socks falling off. I thought, you know, I'm talking about burnout. Like I actually think this is probably the most appropriate way to approach it. So let's go to where I think it started. I feel like it really started to take hold in October, to be honest. I think that's where it kind of started. That's where I started feeling really just not myself, not normal, you know, not my normal Ailish, not my normal happy, positive, friendly, chipper, good mood Ailish. Like October is where that started to kind of fade away. And then in November, we moved. So we bought a property and we moved into that property. And moving isn't a very... I hate moving so much. I've moved like 8 times in like 7 years and I just don't want to move again. Like moving is horrible. I hate moving so much. It's so mentally exhausting. So that was hard, and obviously buying a house is hard as well. And then Jake had his shoulder surgery, so he was off work for 1 month, and he was also totally loopy for a month as well. So we just moved, and the day after we moved he had the surgery. So all of that together was another thing that just kind of like added on to the kind of like burnout like thing. Like it just built up and that was like everything that was kind of in the mixing pot of like suffering. And another huge part of the burnout is social media. So I think I mentioned this in a video a little while ago, but basically like social media is always moving the goalposts. So it's really difficult to keep up with those goalposts and be relevant because it means you've got to spend a lot of time keeping up to date with it. So that's one aspect with regard to like my job. And then this is all the things that I'm needing to balance. This is what I've listed. So I research to keep up to date with the current research for clients. So like I am constantly learning. That's one aspect, and I love that aspect, to be honest. That's one thing that I do. I'm always looking after clients as well. That's my favorite part of the day, but like client interaction is fantastic. Love that. That is the best. But those are 2 aspects of the job. The second one is keeping up to date with, so the third one is keeping up to date with socials. So keeping up to date with how social media is going. Don't love that bit. And then you've got to plan content, you've got to film it, you've got to edit it, you've got to caption it, and then it'll do shit. But that takes so long and it's so exhausting. And that's a job in itself, of course, right? Like social media is a job in itself. And after having done it for like 7 years, and then you've got to juggle Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then also running everything in my business as well, like every single aspect of it, whereas usually in a business you have one person for one certain thing. So that added up to also my burnout. And then yeah, just being very stretched. I said here, like running everything in my business when I'm stretched too thin. Because of that, I had zero boundaries. So like I was just working all hours, all hours, zero boundaries. And I think that was my breaking point. And then Jake actually made a huge leap and left his like really successful job in January to help me in my vision with the wellness club. Which was really exciting for me because I was like, this is it. The burnout's gonna stop. Like, this is it. Like, my stretch too thin is gone now because I have somebody who can help me with all of the things that are really difficult and we can progress. Actually, it was so much harder than that. It made everything 10 times harder because having to work and do all of those things and also teach somebody else how it works at the same time and it was, I don't know, it was kind of funny when you think about it, like just thinking like it would be simple, but it's really difficult because all of the things that are involved in the whole business of coaching, I've learned myself, and it's taken a long time over the course of a few years. So the fact that it's me who, I'm not a teacher, trying to like teach all of these things to do with kind of the back end. So basically all of the admin and all of the organization and all of the kind of like automations, things that are really important, but things that I'm not that good at. It's been hard. So, yes. And then it got to a point like last month where I was like, I think I've got depression because it runs in my family and I just had zero desire. Like I just was miserable. Like I woke up in the morning and I was like, I don't even want to get out of bed. I really don't want to leave the bed. I don't want to do anything. I just, what's the point? Like I really don't I don't want to. So I looked into it a bit more, and then obviously I saw that if you watch my previous video that I have all the signs and symptoms of burnout, not all of them, but like a lot of them. Yeah, I realized that it was burnout and that what I was doing wasn't normal, and realizing that my biggest issue was definitely the whole boundaries thing. Like boundaries were my biggest downfall. So yeah, and it's interesting because obviously my burnout looks different to what somebody else's burnout looked like. I was still going to the gym. I was still doing well in the gym. I was still going out on walks. I was still doing all of my work. Like everything was getting done. Everything, like I was completing a lot of stuff. I operate at quite a high level. Like I get a lot of stuff done, but it's the feeling. It's like how it felt. It's the difficulty. It's the fatigue that I was battling. And yeah, so you have to realize you're in a position to be able to make a change, right? Like if you don't realize you're there, you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So in the past 2 weeks, I have implemented like a lot of different things. First of all is boundaries. I've got boundaries with my work now. I am setting specific times to do specific things. I have a cut-off point, no work after that. Really try and let my brain settle, because there was points where I would be working up till bedtime for a few months and couldn't sleep for just random work things rattling around my head, which is random. I've also implemented like a traffic light system with my goals, and I've split things up in like to-do lists, and everything's just kind of a little bit more, it makes a lot more sense as to what to prioritize, so I'm not worrying and kind of trying to focus on too many tasks at once. So I've also got a nice morning routine now that involves going on a walk with Jake, and then also planning my day, having my breakfast, sitting down to work, and it feels good and it really helps. It feels really good. Like mentally I feel really nice in the morning from just getting up and leaving the house for a walk without my phone. It's very freeing and it's very nice, and it feels like it's my time, and it sets me up for such a positive start to the day. So yeah, it's going well, and I just want to have a little bit of a vlog, a bit of a document of like how it all goes and stuff. Like I just want to take you along on this journey, because burnout is like real, obviously, and a lot of people experience it, and it's fine, you know. Like if you feel crap for whatever reason, like it might not even be burnout, just know that like we all kind of do in our own way. Like everyone goes through these things. Like you might look at somebody online or everyone online and be like, they have their shit together so hard, babe, they don't have their shit together so hard. Don't be hard on yourself, you know? Don't be hard on yourself. Like, realize where you are, admit it, and kind of like take accountability, take ownership. And I can't lie, it's taken a lot of discipline, and it's taken a lot of effort and a lot of hard work for this to actually be possible the past couple of weeks. And actually I feel like I'm in a much better place now, but it's taken a lot of like, you know, you have to really fight for yourself. So I just want to be here as somebody who's like an example for you to kind of either learn from, or be like, you know what, I'm not gonna take that approach. And you've still learned something, you know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And also just to let you know that it's okay, right? Whatever, if you're killing it right now, I love you. Thanks for watching. That's really good of you. Your support is appreciated, and I'm really happy that you're killing it. Keep killing it, okay? Keep on top of yourself. Don't let yourself get burnt out. But if you're watching this and you're feeling like some kind of way, then it's also fine. Please just have that little bit of a kick up your bum to start doing something about it, because you will feel better. Like, if it's whatever it's regarding, right? I believe in you, and you've got this. And I think that's the air fryer has just went off, because Jake's heating up our fish pie. It was frozen and it was like meal prepped, and it was actually from a little while ago, but yay! Tea that was really easy. We just popped it in the air fryer to heat up. I love that. I love that for me, you know, that's such minimal effort. But I'm going to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means the whole wide world. I appreciate your support. I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.